Hello and welcome to this brand new episode of the James Bond podcast Die Another Day, sa jag till dig, Die Another Day, starring me, Ponty Forceland. And today's episode I'm gonna present to you this. It's a James Bond magazine from Semic Press, a Swedish magazine, Operation Juggernaut. And Semic Press in Scandinavia, they were allowed to make original James Bond adventures in the 80s. And the Swedish James Bond comic book came out between 1965 and 1996 for 31 years. Väldigt bra. It's a very good magazine, comic book that I've read many times, and I have all the issues at home in my collection. I'm going to talk more about this. But Operation Juggernaut, it was number 5, 1984, and it was written by Jack Sutter, and here it says Goal, but it wasn't made by Goal, it was made by Jack Sarompas, the guy who drew the whole thing, cartoonist. Operation Juggernaut starts out with James Bond in a factory. Here he is, and he's trying to make some sabotage, and he gets caught, and he runs away, and there's a chase here, and then he has this motorcycle, and the motorcycle drives off this cliff, and it turns to wings, and he flies away, and then he crashes here. He comes to a camp of some kind, and the camp leaders are 3 hot girls, and they spend the night together. Then there's the soldiers again, bam bam bam, action, and then Felix Leiter appears. He looks like this in Sarompas version, and they fly away, and I think it's something strange because they are looking for for this agent called Mary August. Where is Mary August? They don't know. And he tries to search for her, and here he finds her down here, Mary August. There she is with some other soldiers. Anyways, he rescues her, of course, but you know, this is only page 14, so there's lots of things gonna happen. And here he thinks he's gonna have some fornication, a bit of a snog, and perhaps a bit of a shag. He's up for a shag here. So said. But this girl, she has a microwave or some kind of electronic chip device here. She's actually a robot. And Bond gets locked in here in the boot, where he thinks he's gonna, well, I'm gonna shag now. No, you've been locked in. And here comes the villain. It's actually Blofeld who's the villain in this comic episode. He's a bald guy here. And he was like, yeah, I managed to fool you with my robot girl. She's very hot, but don't you try something with her? And he shoots her out of a submarine. It gets a bit strange now. And James Bond, he has got this, here you can see. He has this in the shoe, a transmitter like in Goldfinger. He got from Felix Leiter. It's there 2 days, and then Felix and the Americans come. But what are they going to do now? They have, Spectre has this robot army doing terrorist attacks all over the world, and they don't know how we're going to find him. Well, the plan is quite strange actually, because they think they're going to dress up here, Felix Leiter and James Bond, like mega villains trying to search for a place to live, and they get spend lots of money, and they find this real estate there in Japan. He says, well, I can buy you some Tokyo stuff or some Japanese stuff, and they wrestle with this real estate guy, and it turns out that he had sold something to Blofeld. We turn the page here. Where did they go then? Heavy artillery. Oh yeah, caves, African mountains, very African mountains in Africa. It could be anywhere, but James got a map here and he's pointing with the little stick. Paratroopers. And then he says, well, I'm gonna take on Blofeld there because he's my arch enemy. Running after him. Boom, it says. And then on the last page, it turns out that Blofeld was, of course, this robot as well. But then, all of a sudden, he gets together with the real Mary August. And you can bet there is a bit of a shag and a bit of a snog at the end of it. Well, that was Operation Juggernaut. 23 pages, something like that. A classic one. And what can I say about that? Here you can also, in the magazine, vote for the best James Bond villain. You can do that. And I'll come back with the results in another episode. Well, that was that. Operation Juggernaut. Worth a read. Not really, but still. Interesting episode. I'm Ponty Forceland. This has been the James Bond podcast. Die another day. Sa jag till dig. Die another day. Stay tuned for more James Bond.